So this is it, the moment we've all been waiting for. Apple's new M1-based Macs are in the hands of consumers, and I've got one right here. Hey everyone, this is Abbas from TechRadar, and if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay notified of all our new work. I was excited when Apple revealed the M1 processor and the new Macs, but as time went on and I didn't see any reviews, I started getting a little bit worried. In my experience, whenever a company does not send out a review units prior to releasing the product, it's usually bad news. So I ordered this new MacBook Air and it was delivered today in the morning. I've been playing with it all morning and I've been comparing it to my 16-inch MacBook Pro, and based on my initial usage, I can say that the M1 is everything that Apple promised and then some. Sure, it's a little rough around the edges, but really this is literally the first day it's available, and both Apple and developers will continue optimizing their apps for M1. Well, most developers, Google. The best thing I can say about the new MacBook Air with the M1 is that it feels like I'm using any other MacBook. I tested it with some apps and ran benchmarks, and it feels just about as snappy as my 16-inch MacBook Pro. Let's take a look at some of these benchmarks. So we started benchmarking by a cold boot. Both the machines were completely switched off and then we turned them on. Now let's see which one of them boots faster. It looks like the bar on the Air comes faster, but there you go. We're at the login prompt on the 16-inch MacBook Pro. But let's not stop there. I've added the password on there, still waiting for the MacBook Air to reach the login screen. And here we go with that. So I'm going to go ahead and enter my password on that as well. And now let's wait and see how long it takes for them to get to the desktop. So we are almost at their desktop on the 16-inch and desktop on the 13-inch. Next test was waking up from sleep. Took a couple of seconds on the 16-inch MacBook Pro, waking up from sleep, instant on 13. Launching Final Cut Pro on both these machines. So the MacBook Air launched and MacBook Pro 16 taking slightly longer to do that. Next up is Google Chrome, and that launched faster on the MacBook Pro 16. It's running under Rosetta, so that's expected. We then ran browser benchmarks and started with Chrome, so expecting this to be faster on the MacBook Pro 16, and it was. 19.23 milliseconds versus 26 milliseconds. Then the same thing on Safari, which is native, and in this particular case, the Air one. Geekbench, again, the Air one in both single-core and multi-core tests. Cinebench, both of them turned out to be almost identical. Now we've sped this video, Cinebench is not as fast as you're seeing it in any machine, but both of these finished at roughly the same time, so they're equivalent. And our final test was with Final Cut Pro. Both of these machines were rendering a 10-minute 4K 60 FPS video, and the Air finished it in 14 minutes. The Pro took 21 minutes. That is just insane. Now, even with half the RAM and a quarter of the SSD storage, this MacBook Air feels as smooth as the Pro. Apps that are based on Rosetta are a tad bit slow, but apps that are optimized for M1, such as all of Apple's apps, are noticeably faster. Now, some of the apps that are on Rosetta right now, such as Slack, you can use the web version of them in Safari until the Apple Silicon version of them is released. Either ways, the future of Apple Silicon-based Macs looks very bright. I mean, think about it. The least expensive MacBook Air that I have with me right now is faster than the most expensive MacBook Pro that Apple sells in stock configuration. I paid a third for this MacBook Air compared to what I paid for the 16-inch MacBook Pro. And to make it even sweeter, after running through all the benchmarks, the battery left on my 16-inch MacBook Pro was at 39%, while this MacBook Air was at 68%. That's just mind-boggling next-gen stuff. I can't wait to see what Apple shows us when the high-end Macs are released with Apple Silicon. This is Abbas signing out, and stay tuned to TechRadar for everything in the world of tech. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon if you enjoyed this video.